Every pet owner knows the distinct, sharp, unmistakable scent of biological waste embedded in their living space. You scrub the fibers, the room smells like artificial lavender for exactly 3 days, and then the suffocating ammonia scent always returns. You are told by retail clerks that uric acid is nearly impossible to permanently remove without proprietary chemicals. This is a meticulously crafted, highly profitable lie. The specialized cleaning industry relies on you believing this to fiercely maintain their recurring revenue model. A single $1 base compound destroys pet urine odor forever through a brilliant, simple chemical reaction understood for centuries. If you have a ruined rug sitting in your house right now, drop the word stain in the comments. We want to know exactly how many people are actively funding an industry that feeds entirely on their endless, repeating frustration. The pet carpet cleaning market is financially engineered to manage your problem temporarily, capitalizing on the lifetime value of a pet owner. Desperate consumers spend well over $1.2 billion annually on enzymatic cleaners that are intentionally weakened and biologically fragile by design. These synthetic enzymes slowly work on the absolute top surface layer, but fail to digest the deeply crystallized uric acid buried within the thick carpet padding. Furthermore, the artificial fragrances are chemically engineered to deceive the human olfactory system, not the animal. Your observant pet can clearly detect the underlying uric acid crystals, prompting their natural instinct to repeatedly mark that exact same territory. You are essentially paying wealthy corporations for products that subtly encourage your pets to continue ruining your expensive carpets. Many desperate homeowners eventually attempt to use standard household bleach to eradicate the deep odor, logically assuming extreme chemical toxicity will solve the problem. This is a catastrophic, physically dangerous mistake that the industry silently watches you make. Mixing household bleach with the raw ammonia naturally present in biological waste instantly triggers a highly toxic chemical reaction that actively produces invisible chloramine gas. It causes severe respiratory irritation, but does absolutely nothing to break down the hardened uric acid crystals firmly embedded in the floor. They intentionally present you with a false dichotomy, forcing you to choose between poisoning your lungs or faithfully paying $20 for a plastic bottle of their temporary, ineffective, scented water. They deliberately omit the historical, perfectly safe $1 chemical protocol that ruins their entire business model. To permanently destroy this odor, we must boldly open the restricted archives of institutional sanitation. In 1953, the United States Army Logistics Command faced a massive biological waste accumulation problem across global military bases. Urgently needed a brutal, undeniable chemical protocol that cost mere pennies per square foot and worked with absolute certainty. A declassified military sanitation protocol reveals they utilized a raw, aggressively alkaline powder to initiate a violent acid-base neutralization process. Once the complex uric acid molecule is fractured and permanently dismantled by this heavy alkaline base, it shatters into invisible carbon dioxide gas and completely harmless salt, never to reconstruct itself again. If you understand that those brightly colored plastic bottles are nothing more than a financial taxation on your deliberate lack of chemical knowledge, subscribe and share this video right now to protect this vital knowledge before the specialized cleaning industry tries to systematically erase it. Stay with me, because what I am about to vividly show you is the exact, unyielding mechanical protocol that separates a defeated homeowner from a permanent historical solution. Simply taking a cheap box of dry powder and casually sprinkling it onto a completely dry carpet does absolutely nothing of value. Dry sodium bicarbonate simply cannot penetrate the tightly woven carpet backing, nor can it chemically interact with the deeply trapped uric acid. Most people do this entirely wrong and completely ruin their expensive vacuum cleaners by foolishly sucking up pounds of dry, useless white powder, leaving the embedded biological stain completely untouched. Here is the one and only missing step that guarantees absolute eradication. You must proactively create a highly reactive chemical liquid saturation zone deep within the carpet fibers before ever applying the neutralizing base compound. Here is the exact historically proven extraction protocol. You must manually rehydrate the hidden crystallized uric acid by deliberately creating a highly diluted, low-strength acidic solution. Precisely mix exactly 1 part standard white vinegar, serving as a weak acetic acid, to exactly 2 parts lukewarm water. Do not ever use boiling hot water, as it will instantly bond the biological proteins to the synthetic chemical dyes, creating a massive, completely irreversible, permanent stain. Boldly pour this liquid directly onto the dead center of the biological stain, ensuring it heavily penetrates exactly as deep into the underlying foam padding as the original animal urine did. Misting with a spray bottle is a cosmetic, theatrical illusion for amateurs. Let this acidic solution dwell completely undisturbed for exactly 10 minutes to aggressively soften the hardened, calcified outer shell of the hidden uric crystals. Next comes the physically demanding mechanical extraction phase. Take heavy, highly absorbent white cotton towels, press them fiercely into the wet chemical zone, and physically stand on them using your full body weight to forcefully push the acidic liquid up from the deep padding. Repeat this heavy stepping process with fresh towels until the entire carpet area is only slightly damp. It is only at this precise moment that you finally deploy the $1 weapon. Apply pure, generic sodium bicarbonate aggressively over the entire damp, designated area to deliberately create a thick, heavy, completely opaque white crust. Forcefully work the heavy powder deep down into the synthetic carpet fibers so the dry alkaline base makes direct physical contact with the damp acidic zone. The heavy powder will violently pull the fractured, destroyed uric acid molecules upward, neutralizing them and trapping them permanently inside its rigid, microscopic physical matrix. Now comes the absolute hardest part of the entire sanitation protocol, where impatient modern consumers always fail. You must walk away and leave this chemically treated area completely alone for a strict, uncompromising minimum of 24 to 48 hours. As the heavy white powder slowly and naturally dries, it forms a remarkably hard, rigid, crystalline structure down to the bare wooden subfloor. Once the thick powder crust is entirely bone dry and physically stiff to the touch, use a standard household vacuum to aggressively break apart and systematically remove the heavy crust from the carpet fibers. What is left behind is a chemically sterile, permanently neutralized environment where the suffocating ammonia gas is totally gone. They happily built a multi-billion-dollar empire entirely on your lack of knowledge. But today, you violently reclaim your hard-earned money and your total independence from the endless corporate retail cycle.